Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Yeah, slash tires and political sideshows. Yeah, but before I even get into it, and for the people who like, hey, get to it, I'll delete your ass. Anyway, I'm kind of contentious sometimes. Be one of those ornery old men, just to be ornery. Anyway, yeah, I was just a little tired today from the workout. I gotta get used to doing 5 days a week again. Cause July, y'all know I was shamming. I wasn't even like out here and stuff doing anything. A couple days, but gotta get back into it now. And full tilt. But that out the way, the slash tires part. Y'all like what the slash tires and political sideshows. Well, the slash tires, I was coming out of my complex headed to the gym, right? And I drove past this truck and it had two flats. And pieces of the tire, like big holes in the tire on the sides. And I was just like, and I drove past it at first. I was like, what the fuck I just see? Back the fuck off. And you know how old school brothers do. You'd be like, damn. Oh, snap. Damn. She got him. What'd he do to her? And this particular, it was like one of those like kind of trucks. This is a truck that had a whole bunch of stuff. This dude got like a business and whoever did it want to see him get fucked up, because if he come out his place a certain way, he might not notice it, because usually most people don't walk around their cars when they drive. They just go right to the driver's side. But both tires were slashed on the passenger side. And I was looking at it. Usually if a tire get a flat, it's not slashed, it's not cut on the side or blowed out on the side, especially if it's two. So as soon as he pull off, he's going to notice. But I was like, they ain't just slashed. They cut out pieces. I was like, damn, dude. You should have told her you had a girlfriend. She might have still been down. Hell, with some women, you can tell them the truth. You can spell it out for them. You can have an affidavit. This is the truth. And they still gonna be on some fucked up shit. Oh, okay. Thanks, dog. You alright, man? Shit. I'm gonna talk trash about white folks today. Anyway, I saw that. I was like, dang. The person took out time. They ain't just slashed the tire. They took out tire to cut out pieces. I was like, God damn. I was like, man, that's just one. Like one, you could probably say, okay, maybe it's some weird blowout or something like that. But when it's two, and the cuts were there geometrically, I was like, damn, that's almost a perfect ass rectangle. Shit, several. Like somebody took their time with that shit. That was a labor of love and labor of pure hatred. Well, love and hate are the same thing. Two sides of the same coin. But I'm like, God damn. I was like, shoot, fellas. I'm gonna tell you what. Now, last night I recorded an interview with a sister. I'm gonna call her name, Tanya Lawrence. Part of the interview will be seen on my business channel. All of it will be seen on my Hello Ladies channel. But she said one thing during the interview, because we talk business and then talk relationships. And she said, guys out here just need to be honest with the women. Shout out Alan Roger Curry. He's the apostle of being honest with women. Just tell them straight up everything, because that's how stuff like that, when you're not honest or you're trying to run that game. And I know, I use the word game, but I'm using the word game here is like trying to be deceitful or misdirect or on some bullshit. There's real consequences. It could even be your life. In this case, hopefully that dude who owned that truck with the two, God. Whoever cut it, that was some surgical ass shit. But hopefully they can deal with them. But fellas, we be dealing with a woman, always be straight up, because like my father would say, you can bullshit a woman, but don't lie. And when I say bullshit, when you say something, she knows it's some bullshit, but it's like you laughing and stuff. Don't tell her no straight up lies. That pussy ain't worth it. Just trust me. A lot of dudes I understand. See, you know what? I already know a lot of dudes don't regularly deal with women and know how really trusted. They think they do. They online and they see they do some minor shit, but shoot. I mean, I've known women, if they ain't gonna do something, they say shit, they got hitmen on like speed dial. Shoot, yeah. So that's one thing. Y'all be careful out there. Be careful who you deal with too. Try to get a sense of that woman's character and her people's too. Anyway, speaking of people's, just a tangent. I remember somebody tried to correct me. He said, well, it's people, not people's. Smack! I was like, shit, don't ever tell me some shit. I know what the fuck I'm saying. It's slang, motherfucker. Anyway, that's what I be feeling like doing sometimes. Sometimes when people just don't get something, or sometimes people get a sense of superiority when they think they're correcting you on something. You know, they get a feeling like, oh well, you know, women will do it to men, and like certain races will do it to other certain races. So yeah, don't do that shit. That's just my tangent. Now, political sideshow. So I was up later than usual last night. People know me. I go to bed fairly early. That's why I be getting up so damn early. Because if it ain't a ball game, football or college basketball game, I don't see a need to stay up. And I was half watched and half just had as background noise a political sideshow, the debates last night. I'm going to tell you why I say it's a political sideshow. One, all you getting is sound bites. All you getting is sound bites. Now, one of my 1,001 jobs was actually analyzing political stuff. Could probably do that again if I felt like stomaching a sideshow. Personally, the greatest show I saw yesterday was getting Avengers Endgame on digital. So that was actually more, that was more entertaining. At least you know it was bullshit. People taking that stuff seriously. Because first of all, in the politics realm, most of it's a sideshow. Democrats and Republicans, people be thinking they be going at each other and stuff, but anybody who either worked on Capitol Hill or know people who worked on Capitol Hill, or one of those people part of the underworld on Capitol Hill. Yeah, that's something else. Yeah, the underworld. Y'all be surprised what they be doing. No, they just two wings of the same party. It cracks me up. People be saying, hey, don't go with those Democrats or don't go with those Republicans. They two wings of the same goddamn party. So most of it's show. Most of it's show when they go with each other. If they talking about it on the House floor, they probably already decided what they're going to do with whatever. In fact, the so-called squad, I think that might be somewhat an issue with them. They probably, somebody, they ain't get the memo. Or they ain't been plugged yet. Anyway, I'm going to see who pick up what I just said. So that's probably part of their issue. But for the most part, everybody on the same squad. It's just all part of the show. You know, even Trump. I know some people think Trump going against the order and shit and whatever. No, he ain't. He's part of the show too. You doubt me? Think about some shit he went back on. Some people like, don't believe. Seriously. It's amazing how many people out there just like political sophistication. But yeah, talking about that sideshow, it's just a sideshow. If y'all really want to know, two things. First, if you really want to know the candidates, don't pay attention to what they're saying and doing up there. Go to their websites, find out their information. If they've been governors or senators, congressmen, look at their voting record. For the governors up there, look at what they did for their state. You know, how was the economy in the state when they were running shit? That will tell you everything. Like, I ain't gonna give any idea who I'll be looking into. But yeah, look at that. Look at their voting records, everything. Would they really support? Also, too, if you can, look at who the donors are, because people think, a lot of politically unsophisticated people think politicians got real power. They just hitting in for some corporate interests. They are seriously. Always look at the man behind the curtain. Don't look at the guy up front. So if you want a real idea, look who's supporting them. Nobody's gonna give them money or majors amount of money, especially after Citizens United. No corporation, rich person gonna give these candidates a lot of money for these candidates to get in office and do anything against them. Look at who you want to analyze who their corporate sponsors are. Now, like I said, this is a sideshow. I haven't like bothered looking into it. I'm gonna let them like eat each other up, and then when they got some once they're in the primaries and stuff, start looking at their records, and that's whoever's running. Just to be clear, because I know you get some conservatives and some Democrats on here. I'm politically independent, so don't miss me with any of those arguments. But look at that. Look at their position, their voting record. Look who's giving them money. And then the main thing you got to look at isn't happening yet. You need to wait until really October of 2020. Maybe earlier, depending on what might happen. Many people are predicting an economic downturn. Some people are saying, people got different things. Some people are saying maybe the third quarter of 2020. We'll see. We'll see. Probably not the first quarter of 2020, because in the fourth quarter of 2019, that's the Christmas season. That's usually good. But if that's bad, the fourth quarter of 2019, all y'all Trump fans, y'all be prepared to complain about foul play, but the fact of the matter is he ain't getting reelected. Now, if shit is great, economy is great, oh yeah, we get another term of Trump. All that other bullshit, wall and immigration, all that shit, yeah, whatever. Because ultimately, people vote emotionally. Only a small, tiny percentage of people are going to be looking at the issues and actually follow what I just said do. As far as checking their voting records and their donors. Most people vote with emotion, and that emotion is generated from their stomachs. People vote with their stomachs. They make political decisions from their stomachs. Obama, if there wasn't a major banking crisis about when Obama was running, he would just be a good footnote in history. He'd be a footnote. And in fact, when I talk about the financial thing, I saw that going back to 2001. I saw that because one of the things, if you want to really get serious into analyzing politics, what's going on, remember, politicians only represent, ultimately, the will of the people. Ultimately, I don't care what they say or whatever, because they have to be voted in. People vote with their stomachs. That's why the economy is important, because what do people, the main expenditure for people outside of a home is food. Now, if their asses is hungry, they're not working so they can get money for food, or they might have a house, but the pantry's empty. Shoot, what they gonna do? They're gonna spend their money. They want food. So if people fat and happy like October 2020, 4 more years of Trump, regardless of how you feel about it. But if people getting some stomach pains, and they can't afford to go to Red Lobster, and for the richer people, they be all right. They put money away. They can still go to Ruth Chris. That's not a good example, but people can't get that little extra stuff, or buy those expensive ass cigarettes. All of a sudden, they start thinking about some shit. They be like, "Oh, hold up." They might be like, "Yeah, we wanted to make America great, but this other guy talking about how to put food on the table." And that's what it comes down to. Always understand that most people are emotional. The herd is moved by emotions, not by logic, not by like thoughtful analysis. Shit. Let me shout out BGS. Even on here, he sees it. He sees it more than me. All the information he presenting, and then people worried about some little insignificant shit about him or what he doing or what he talking about. So, most people ain't paying attention to that. So that's the thing in politics. That's why even last night I was saying, I wait till they deal with each other. But see, since I'm independent, I'll be checking out everybody. Independence and everything. And, one of the things that people do, especially Democrats do, they try to say, well, if you vote for that independent, you giving a vote to the Republicans or something. Democrats are famous for that shit. I'm like, no, if enough people stand their ground and vote for some people who want to actually do some shit, this whole system will change. Because, like I said, anybody who work on Capitol Hill or in that environment, know people in that environment, they know behind closed doors. It's not the Democrat or Republican, it's Republicrat. You just different branches of it. That's all it is. There's actually a deeper thing in there, but that's inflammatory, and I would have to smack somebody after that. So, anyway, y'all. Damn, I didn't mean to get serious like this, y'all. Look, I'm just still, look, that was some cognitive dissonance. Y'all just had that. I'm still that silly dude who be like looking at young girls with fat asses, okay? Y'all just forget that. That was, hey, you didn't see anything. Anyway, y'all, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and blessings.